Hi everyone, this is E.M.P, Electromagnetic Precursors for Earthquakes. And here's the TEC maps, aka ionospheric charging or capacitance maps that I use for precursors. And this is the usual charging interval at 0100 universal time on the 27th of October, which this is a really intense one, but even more interesting than this, on the 27th again at 1800, huge black blob of what? Charging and capacitance. Remember, red and white areas and black and blue areas are both extreme charging right off the scale. So what area is this over? Oh, just over Italy, right where we've been having a huge uptick in earthquakes. Magnitude 6.5 at 6:40 universal time on the 30th. So just 3 days before that big earthquake there. And the main reason why we get these rapid increases of intense ionospheric charging is gamma rays, as I've showed time and time again. And here we're looking at China's neutron monitor. You can see the neutron influx is just massive. The neutron count of over 65,000 here is just insane on the 26th, leading up to the 27th, multiple spikes until we had another magnitude 6.1 in Italy at 1918 universal time. So here's Spain's magnetometer. You can see that all those gamma ray spikes are setting off the magnetometer. And then we had the earthquake right about there. So many spikes in magnetic activity at Spain's magnetometer there, and also there's China's magnetometer basically showing the same thing. Magnetic activity building until we had right here until just before we had the earthquake. And I've shown the plasma lamp analogy in almost all my videos, where the outer sphere of the plasma lamp would be the ionosphere, and then the ground would be here, and in between you have the dielectric discharges or neutron density. But I wanted to find another analogy to help you guys visualize this, because gamma rays are invisible because they're right at the top of the electromagnetic spectrum, so that's exactly why you can't see them with physical eyes like you can see terrestrial lighting. But of course this is an artist's illustration just to show you what I mean. And if you think of the plasma lamp think of it as an inverse plasma lamp, which sounds kind of weird, I know, but these would be the gamma rays or dielectric discharges hitting the ionosphere, and of course you still have the discharges going on in between the ionosphere and the ground, but gamma rays impinge upon the ionosphere and charge up. That is exactly what you're seeing here and here, and then you usually get the discharges afterwards, and that's when you basically instantaneously get a earthquake triggered. So I hope that makes sense. I know it's really hard for people to visualize things that are invisible. Go figure. And other thing that the media is not talking about, they're only talking about same old fault lines, old earthquakes triggering and affecting fault lines around other areas, and then that's causing the increase in earthquakes, but nothing mentioned about electricity or anything that I'm showing here, because the electric force is by far the most powerful force that we know. That's indisputable, but it's not in the current curriculum, and academia is not trained in electrical engineering or real plasma physics. By real plasma physics, I mean the electrical component, and plasma is exactly what the ionosphere is, and it gets charged up before. That's why it's a precursor to earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. I really hope that clears up, because that's about as clear as I can possibly make it right now anyways. And there was a delay between, and we're looking at Belgium's neutron monitor. You can see after we get these spikes, geomagnetic activity goes up here. This is the KP index, and just before the large earthquake in Italy on the 30th, right at the beginning of the 30th, there was a big spike, and then there was a delay. Now, the delay was why was there a delay? Because the sun acts as a solar transformer, as I've explained before, and starting at the beginning of the 30th here, you can see that solar activity or induction didn't pick up till about 0300 universal time. It continued until we had the earthquake just after 0600 universal time. And then that's Belgium's magnetometer on the 30th, and you can see that as soon as the induction picked up with the sun, carried on, magnetic activity carried on until about 0600, and then we had the earthquake. So also, here's more recent gamma ray chart up until the end of October, and you can see that massive spikes. And also I wanted to show that we're getting these data breaks here, which are usually assigned that we're getting neutron density or discharges that the neutron counters just can't handle, and they get overloaded, and that's why we get the data breaks here. So lots of data breaks going on. So I think this basically shows that it's irrefutable that it's electrical activity causing the increase in earthquakes, and that's pretty much what I wanted to show you for now. You can see it. This is on the 29th, Beijing's magnetometer. Lots of magnetic activity there. And then Beijing on the 30th. You can see the same thing. It's basically all in sync with gamma rays here. This is E.M.P, electromagnetic precursors for earthquakes. Thanks for watching. Take care.